Hi, I am a teacher educator, and whenever I go to my classroom on the first day and I see all my teachers, I tell them to write names of five people who have inspired them the most in their lives. And throughout these years, most of the times, out of those five, two or three or more of the people that they list down are in some form or the other their teachers. When I ask my new trainee teachers to reflect upon this data, what do they make sense of it? It shocks them. They get on a pause because they think this is influential. Teachers have some kind of power and charisma that they work with. But on the other hand, it's interesting to note when we sit together and see what makes these mentors and these teachers inspiring or life changing in that sense, it's interesting because most of the time the things that come out of it are not just mastery of the content or the skill, but it's something that goes beyond it. And it is interesting that something that goes beyond is rarely taught in any teacher induction program or in any teacher trainings in that sense, because mostly we talk about skills, we talk about theories, but we miss upon something that had inspired all of us in our lives as students, which is none other than the idea of human connection. I strongly believe that human connections is something that that are so essential uh, to the formation of a child and to the learning of some sense or the other. What the TED Talk by Rita Pierson highlighting that no real learning happens without that student relationship in that sense. To build up on this point further, the way we today conceptualize teacher induction programs, we try to be more and more objective. We try to keep ourselves outside the classroom, as one of our core speakers was saying, and we don't bring that in, which is so artificial. Because what Parker Palmer says that we teach who we are, and how can we keep the who in who we teach outside the room? It's we consciously or unconsciously bring ourselves to the classroom. And my suggestion or my idea to the future of education is to bring that self inside that classroom, in that teacher induction classroom, where we become conscious of ourselves. Not just be conscious of ourselves, but talk about our own self and how do this self connects with thousand other selves around this room, around this world, right? This is what we call the idea of human connection. There was a day celebrated in the month of September all around the world where a lot of strangers would sit on the road and they would invite random people walking by to sit next to them and make an eye contact for 1 minute, just to give that idea that this is human connection that we are missing around the world. It's so often that teachers get a chance to sit with their students, but when they sit with their students, rarely they talk about students as a library, as a human library where they can learn about stories. And this is another way um, to learn those human connections. And my last point is about if we want this teaching profession and this human connection to foster, then the values that we teach are the values that we have to practice. If we are teaching pluralism, our pedagogical approaches has to be pluralistic in nature. That that includes everybody in our classroom, in our school, and in our wider community. Human connection is my message, which is my idea, worth spreading as the future of education message. Thank you.